What it do? It's your boy Crypto Bro 9000. I want to welcome you back to my channel. The market is crashing. Y'all see that? XRP is at $2.22, down 4.5% on the 24-hour and down 19% for the week. XRP dropped all the way down to $2.06 the other day. Man, you think I didn't buy that? I buy all the dips. The entire market is on the floor right now. Somebody told me the reason why it's crashing because Bitcoin has been rejected like 5 times from the state strategic reserve. You know, there are like 5 states that said no. And a lot of people are saying it's because of the volatility that Bitcoin has. Could be that. But you know what? Zach Rector has another idea. And we'll see what the deal is with that. And we'll also give Brad Garlinghouse his flowers. You know. And anything else that I could throw in the little short time that we're going to be together, I'll do that. So let's kick it off.
In the Senate of the United States, to establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve, a network of secure storage vaults, purchase program, and other programs to ensure the transparent management of Bitcoin holdings of the federal government.
Yeah. Hey, look. You see OJ? See OJ right there? Who knew, right? But there are more reasons than volatility to reject the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. So we're going to hear a little something from Daniela Cambone and her friend David, I don't know his last name, about why the Bitcoiners want the state and the feds to get in on Bitcoin so badly.
Why didn't price come into play?
I think it does, but to examine a little deeper, when you have a hodl situation, hold on for dear life, that's what's called the float. So like in the stock market, you might have 1 million shares out, but 98% of them are tightly held. So the float, the amount that's available for purchase, is extremely small. And that's the Bitcoin world. So any new buying will take the price substantially higher. So now we're in a position where Bitcoin's roughly $100,000 per Bitcoin. It cost $100,000 to mine a Bitcoin with Marathon Riot, the 3rd biggest miner in the United States. So they're break even. So now you got to get a big buyer to come in so that the insiders can sell off, just like in the stock market. So, hey, let's get the U.S. government involved. They'll pay $100,000 per Bitcoin. So they need a market. So they're trying to create one. So they have liquidity at that extremely high price where no one average can buy a full Bitcoin. No one can write a check for $100,000 that's an average worker out there. And so who has that kind of clout? Well, the government does. They'll just print up some more money and they'll create a sovereign wealth fund with gold and Bitcoin. Well, gold, yeah. Bitcoin, forget about it. But that's the reason. So there's not a lot of transactions going on in the real world of Bitcoin, where the whales are able to start selling my 10 Bitcoin, my 100 Bitcoin, my 1,000 Bitcoin, my 10,000 Bitcoin. And there's people like that that are billionaires in the Bitcoin world that bought it at a penny or mined it at a penny or 10 cents or whatever. So they need liquidity. And the only way to get liquidity is for somebody to come in. It's like a Ponzi scheme. When you get near the top, you need new buyers to buy in. And you start running out of buyers. So what do? You do your best to find new buyers. That's Bitcoin.
Well, do tell. Looks like something bad gonna happen around here if we don't get some new customers. But I'm sure the Bitcoiners, they're not worried about it. They got friends in high places in the government. I know one of them, they got hundreds of millions of Bitcoin. I ain't gonna say no name. Shout out to Big Brad Garlinghouse. We ignored him. Then Yahoo collapsed exactly as he predicted. And now he's back with an even bigger prediction. I'm riding with this guy. He's got his hand on the wheel, and I'm going to sit back and relax while he steer us to where we need to go. Shout out to Brad Garlinghouse. I just wanted to give him his flowers, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have made it this far without this leadership. Great leadership. Great vision. Great man.
This was on a Saturday space with Mario Nafal Crypto Town Hall with the CEO of Bybit, explaining how they were going to have a liquidity crunch on stablecoins. So basically, they weren't worried about becoming whole on the Ethereum because they'd already gotten a bunch of Ethereum loans and they were able to fill that gap pretty easily. But he was talking about how they had their stablecoins on a platform called Safe, and apparently they didn't have access to it over the weekend. And he was worried about them having a liquidity crunch, liquidity crisis for their stablecoins, actually. And so I tweeted this morning. How did they solve the liquidity crunch? They nuked every single chart, scooping up all the tether they needed from levered longs being liquidated. This was a month of coordinated chaos in crypto orchestrated by the biggest market makers. So why did they do this? They were short tether. How do you get tether? Well, on these platforms, when you go to trade futures, when you go to use leverage, you're primarily going to be using tether or another stablecoin to sell. Right? You're not actually betting. If you want to go long XRP, you don't bet with XRP, right? You don't deposit, you could deposit XRP into their platform, but then you need to transfer over to Tether and then you can play in their futures markets. This is how most platforms work. So when you get margin called and when you get liquidated and when your bet gets taken and you got taken to the cleaners, what happens is they take your Tether. They don't take XRP from you. They don't take Bitcoin from you. You bet Tether, they take Tether. So what they effectively were able to do by, basically just doubling down on this crash, markets were already down and they just made us bleed even more. They just squeezed us to the point of near death, basically, so that they could scoop all this tether, because when the bets get liquidated, the tether goes to the exchange, and that's exactly what they did.
Zach was right with that, because, look at this. Gracie Chin, BitGet, at BitGet, confirmed that the 40,000 ETH loan to Bybit has been returned to BitGet. No interest, no collateral. This was simply about supporting a peer in need. Great to see Bybit fully recovered, and we never doubted the return of the loan. This incident showcased the strength and solidarity of our industry. Together, we move forward with even greater resilience. It's definitely not a coincidence. At least we don't think so. Look, we got Crypto Rover breaking. Bybit begins repaying borrowed ETH from institutions right after 570.89 million in loans got liquidated. Interesting timing? I don't think so. Man, they coordinate this stuff from start to finish, right? Retail people, what we got, like a weekend plan, a 1 week plan? These people be having like a 5-year plan. They're way ahead of us. From Butcher, after Bybit got hacked, they decided to make it all back by one trade. And we got like 624 million, or 0.96, so you may as well be 625 million. So that's the number they got. And they all got together and they had a little help each other moment, kumbaya, and we ended up paying for it. So is that the reason why the market has continued to crash? At this point, that's where we at, because it's crashing still today. Or it could just be as simple as the rejections from the Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, whatever happens to Bitcoin affects the entire market. So because Bitcoin is down, the whole market is down. I'll go with a little bit of both. That's all I got for today, Crypto Bros. I appreciate y'all coming out and hanging out with me. Catch me up sometimes at blickety.us. I write articles on there and I put videos on there. So if you miss me here, you can catch me over there. Hey, yo, right now, at the present time, I got like 586 subscribers. I'm trying to get 1,000, so I wish you guys could help me out. Share this video so the algorithm can pick it up. And on your way out, smash that like button. You know you want to smash.